We got the model mix for Tesla Giga Shanghai wholesale, and it was basically half and half for Model 3 and the Model Y in April in Giga Shanghai, which shows that the Model 3 is pretty popular, which suggests that last week in China was artificially lower because we basically only saw Model Ys delivered based on the insurance data and very few Model 3. So the numbers should come back higher in the further weeks ahead. Not necessarily this coming week, but in the many weeks to come. Yes. And with Tom Zhu back in China, things are probably going to get more intense over there. Tom Zhu before in China did incredibly well. So I'm very happy with him being back in China actually. Elon replied to this post, especially Reuters. Lights, camera, BS. Elon also replied to this post with interesting, not saying it's connected, but as I watched this footage, I can't help but recall that the head of the Stanford Internet Observatory singled out Elon Musk's Berlin Gigafactory as a primary lever the German government could pull to coerce X into censoring speech. Well, this is interesting. In the last 24 hours, Tesla has posted a lot of new job openings for Giga Berlin on LinkedIn. So far, only 400 employees have been laid off and 300 contract workers have not received contract renewals, but Tesla is already searching for new employees again. Well, there have been some rumors around earlier that as many as 3,000 employees could be laid off at Giga Berlin, but we are not seeing that. Omar just tested one of the newest Mercedes out there, and he wanted to compare their autopilot system to Tesla's. Consumer Report says that Mercedes is better. They got 72 out of 100 and Tesla only got 61. So what's going on? Here's what happened. Mercedes had 44 interventions in 19 minutes. Tesla had 0. And on top of that, Mercedes Drive Pilot only works on these pre-mapped highways under 40 miles per hour. Tesla's system can work on any road, highway, or city streets. And yet the media is reporting that Mercedes system is more advanced. It is a good example of why you should not trust the media and think for yourself. Thinking hurts, but not thinking hurts your life a lot more. How come Dan O'Dowd is not all over this Mercedes system having to be banned from the US? It's almost as if he knows that the system is going nowhere and therefore Mercedes is not a threat to him at all. But seriously, 44 disengagements, and how come Mercedes got a higher score? Con reports, please share your scoring methodology. Did I say con reports? I didn't mean that. I meant consumer reports. Please share your methodology. I'm so sorry about that. Elon confirms Consumer Reports sold its integrity a long time ago. But seriously, other than actually driving, what exactly are the capabilities and performance of the Mercedes system that justify a 10 out of 10 score? The last time I checked, says Jason, the main capability of a driver assistance system is to assist with driving. Is there something else it's doing that impressed you? Yeah, look, when it comes to capabilities and performance, it got a 10 out of 10. And Tesla only got a 9 out of 10. This is so ridiculous. We got some data from Waymo. Waymo's driverless fleet had 14 disengagements over 1.2 million miles in 2023. That's 85,000 miles per disengagement, which sounds really impressive. But if you remember what happened with Cruise, we know, at least with Cruise specifically, that there were quite a few more disengagements than what was actually reported. So I assume it is safe to think the exact same thing about Waymo as well. For example, with one of these companies, I remember going through a red light was not counted as a disengagement. So it's pretty safe to assume that every single one of these disengagements was really bad. But 85,000 miles per disengagement, that on the surface, that does sound really good. I assume though there have been many more. Here's another interesting observation. Ford Blue Cruise has more than 2 fatalities in around 100 million miles. Human drivers have 1.35 fatalities per 100 million miles. So less. If you use Ford Blue Cruise, you are more likely to die than just you driving by yourself. The chance of you passing away when on FSD is a lot less compared to you just driving by yourself. And with all of that in mind, do you know what Consumer Reports rated as number 1? So Waymo is now driving about 40,000 miles per day. Tesla doing roughly 15 million FSD miles per day and perhaps 200 million miles daily across the fleet. In war that will be won by data, the company with the largest number of endpoints will win. Tesla is a clear winner eventually. It is cool to see though that Waymo is providing 50,000 paid trips every week now across 3 major cities. So robotaxis as a concept has already been proven to work. Like now it's just who is going to be the first to really scale and win the major share of the market. And Omar obtained more data from Waymo. So over 3.6.5 million miles driven in their test fleet, they had 212 disengagements, which is about 17,000 miles per disengagement. Oh, but 75% of their miles driven in California in 2023 had a human driver. And this is why you need a lot of data. This is an edge case for vision-based ADAS. A brand new Li Auto L9 run on ADAS mistakes the vehicle image in the overhead billboard as an actual stationary vehicle in the lane, resulting in sudden braking, and then a vehicle from behind actually hit this vehicle that started braking. That's sad. Tesla had a similar problem a long time ago, but not with V12. Oh wow, if you needed more proof to know that Gordon Johnson has no idea what he's talking about, he says that FSD 12 has not gotten better. I don't think I even need to make a comment here. Guys, this is our competition. If you have tried V11 and V12, you will know V12 is much better. You will know it within minutes. We know that Tesla is deploying a large language model into its vehicles, so this might be a quote from that new large language model. Gordon Johnson has not gotten better. FSD V12.